Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Friends, before going into the details of the war, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell. Please support by subscribing and turning on the notification bell. We are a strong community. Military company Wagner continues to form military structures in Belgorod, Kursk regions. Russia analysts of the Institute for the Study of War, ISW, report that the private military company, Wagner, managed by Yevgeny Prigozhin, continues to form military structures in the Belgorod and Kursk regions. Literally, the sponsor of the Wagner Group and the so-called Putin's cook, Yevgeny Prigozhin continues to form parallel military structures in the Belgorod and Kursk regions, despite the absence of a threat of ground invasion of Ukrainian troops into Russian territory. Details: Ukrainian troops complete the liberation of the western, right bank of the Kherson region after the Russians retreated there. Satellite imagery confirms claims made by both Ukrainian and Russian sources that Russian forces destroyed the Antonivsky and railway bridges, near Kherson, as well as the bridge over the Novaya Kakhovka Dam, east of the city of Kherson near Novaya Kakhovka, across the Dnipro River, Deriv Bridge, northeast of Kherson city, across the Ingulets River in a last attempt to block the advance of Ukrainian troops in the direction of the central part of Kherson region. In addition, geolocation satellite images also indicate that Russian forces have prepared the first and second lines of defense south of the Dnipro River and are likely to continue to strengthen positions on the left bank in the coming days. Ukrainian forces made significant territorial gains throughout the Kherson region on November 11 and continue to tighten control over the western bank in the coming days. Putin's war in Ukraine is now officially a disaster. The Russian military is in serious trouble after having to withdraw from Kherson, one of the biggest and first cities in Ukraine it was able to capture. What happens now for Putin? Can his forces regroup and go back on the offensive? Videos posted to social media show Ukrainian citizens and troops celebrating in Kherson after Russian forces were forced to abandon their positions in the city and retreat across the Dnieper River. Ukrainian troops entered Kherson Friday morning, a crucial city that fell to Russia in the early days of the war but is being retaken by the Ukrainian armed forces. Kherson is returning under the control of Ukraine, Ukraine's Defense Intelligence Agency said in a statement, adding that retreat routes were being targeted and that any attempts to oppose the armed forces of Ukraine will be stopped. These developments followed a public declaration of retreat by Russian military leaders, specifically Russia's defense chief Sergei Shoigu and commander of Russian forces in Ukraine General Sergei Surovikin, triggered by major advances on the battlefield by the Ukrainian military. In one video from Kherson, Ukrainians can be heard chanting, "Glory to Ukraine! Glory to the heroes! Glory to the nation! Death to enemies! Ukraine above all! Ukraine above all! Ukraine above all! Glory to AFU!" The acronym, AFU, refers to the Armed Forces of Ukraine. The group gathered in a town square in Kherson, where Ukrainian flags are now flying high. Another video posted by the Kyiv Independent on Twitter shows a large crowd gathered, many carrying Ukrainian flags, as they chant, AFU. Later, they chant, "Kherson is Ukraine! Glory to Ukraine! Glory to the heroes!" In a third video, an even larger crowd is gathered in Kherson, echoing chants of AFU. To celebrate what is fast emerging as a major victory for Ukraine and yet another humiliation for Russia, MP Oleksiy Goncharenko tweeted on Friday, "Ukrainian army is already in Kherson. Slava Ukraine." The expression broadly translates to "Glory to Ukraine." Goncharenko added that locals were celebrating the arrival of the military, saying, "They run to hug, give flowers and thank for the release." As the Ukrainians celebrated, Russia's defense ministry said on Friday that its withdrawal from the positions it previously held in the city was complete and that all Russian soldiers and weapons had been taken across the river. The claim has yet to be verified. Rebecca Cohen is a junior breaking news reporter on the Speed Desk, based in New York City. This first appeared in Insider. European unity versus Putin, energy shortages, and economic pain. Listen, Europe is bracing for a tough winter ahead. An escalating Russia-Ukraine war has mobilized much of Europe to Kyiv's cause, but it's also rocked the region, bringing a plethora of economic, political, and social challenges that will last long after the war is over. How will the continent make it out of what looks to be a particularly bleak winter? On the GZERO World podcast, Ian Bremmer discusses all that and more with German diplomat Christoph Heusgen, who served as his country's ambassador to the United Nations and is now the chairman of the Munich Security Conference. Subscribe to the GZERO World podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or your preferred podcast platform, to receive new episodes as soon as they're published. Technology is transforming even as consumer expectations for seamless payments rise. The latest twist on ACH payments, which account for trillions of dollars of volume each year and continues to grow, is the application of open banking technology and makes the process even simpler and more secure. Launched by JP Morgan Payments and MasterCard, Pay by Bank is an ACH payment that uses open banking, which enables consumers to permission their financial data to be shared seamlessly between trusted parties to let them pay bills directly from their bank account with greater security. Ukraine's Kherson victory is a turning point in the war. Carl Bildt, former Prime Minister of Sweden, shares his perspective on European politics. What's the importance of Putin losing the city of Kherson? Major, I would say. I mean, he lost, first, the battle for Kyiv immediately after launching his invasion. Then he lost the battle for Kharkiv, the second largest Ukrainian city. And now he lost the absolutely key city of Kherson, where he had said even that it's an exit to Russia. He is totally absent from the issue in the Russian media, blaming it all on the military, but it's a turning point in the war. Very big. More to come. Russia introduces new restrictions on traffic through Kerch Strait. Russia has banned the traffic of vessels that have not been loaded in Russia through the Kerch Strait. Source: Russian state-owned news agency TASS, citing a source in the Ministry of Transport of Turkey details, Russia has banned the traffic of vessels loaded outside the Russian Federation through the Kerch Strait into the Sea of Azov. Propagandists were informed about this in the Directorate General of Maritime Affairs under the Ministry of Transport and Infrastructure of Turkey. Why this is important? Perhaps, the Russians are afraid of another explosion of the Kerch Bridge. Banksy shares picture of his work in Borodyanka. British street artist Banksy shared a picture of his new artwork in Borodyanka, Kyiv region, Ukraine. The artist posted the picture on his Instagram. The work was painted on the wall of a house in Borodyanka, which was badly damaged during the Russian attack. The artist drew a gymnast doing a handstand as if leaning on the ruins. Borodyanka, Ukraine, reads the description. As reported, at the end of March, Banksy's unique anti-war painting CND Soldiers, unsigned, was sold for £81,000 British pounds, over $106,000 United States dollars, at a charity auction in London to support Omatdat Children's Hospital in Kyiv. The funds were transferred to the Omatdat Children's Hospital where children injured as a result of Russian aggression are treated. Banksy is a pseudonymous English graffiti artist, political activist, film director, and painter, whose identity has not been established. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.